Hello and welcome to Property Question Time. This is the programme where you can have your property related questions answered by our team of property experts. I'm Stephen Galpin and joining me today are Stefano Lucatello, Senior Partner of Cobalt Law, international lawyer, author and celebrity chef.
Hello Stephen.
Hello, welcome back.
Thank you.
Right, Stefano, you're going to have the first question and it's this. Can I know a little about the resale market should I decide to buy in Italy? I want to buy something with wide appeal should I ever need to sell it. What worries me is that I understand that agents' commissions are way higher than in the UK and are often paid by both parties. If my understanding is right, this could see commissions amounting to percentages in the teens, thus making some properties quite overpriced. I'm also concerned that I might have to take those levels even higher if I'm competing with the commissions developers pay. How do I ensure my sales agent won't just concentrate on developers' product as opposed to mine? And are there any legal limits to the level of commissions?
I've lost the point of the question because there are so many sub-questions in
Right.
it.
I thought it was
So,
a great question.
It's a long question.
I think in essence, if we can just summarise that, I think what they're saying is, look, if I'm paying these high commissions, when I come to sell it, if the commissions amount to, let's say, 20% for just easy figures, am I going to be having to build that into the price of what I sell for and then therefore make myself uncompetitive, I suppose?
Let me start from the beginning. A sales agent in Italy is regulated by law. A person can't be a sales agent unless they've passed the exams and got the licence. That's the starting point.
Good start.
Unlike here, where anyone can set up as an
very
agent.
True, very true. Don't
The
look
second
at me
point
when you
is
say that.
the second point is that sales agency fees go from 6% to 10% in Italy, and they are payable half and half by the vendor and the purchaser. Right. So you will end up, whether you buy or you sell, you'll end up paying 3 to 5% each. That's how it works. As regards the resale market in Italy, it's like France, it's like Spain, it's like Portugal. Unless you have something which is ultra high net worth, you will be on the market for a while, unless it's got some sort of curb appeal or appeal, I don't know, because it's a vineyard, it's an agriturismo, it's something, an international cookery school, a horse school, or whatever. It has to have that certain element of something more. If it's just a, let's call it a bog standard flat or a villa, or a house in the countryside, wait for your house to sell, because it won't sell there or thereabouts very quickly unless it's at the bottom of the market, 30 or 40,000 euros. It's in bad nick and it's for someone to buy and do a whole redevelopment program on that property. So for people who buy anything between 100 and 250,000 euros, your property may well stand there for 6 months to a year.
May I ask a question?
If you
It's
must.
normally Stephen's job, I know, but why is that? Is it because there's no demand or because just the demand?
It's because, John, abroad in Italy, France, Spain and Portugal, the majority of holiday homes, that market is driven by foreign purchasers. Right. People in Italy, France, Spain and Portugal do not usually buy homes, they rent. Right. So the market for that type of property, a holiday home market, secondary home, is driven by foreign investment. And that foreign investment, because of Brexit and because of whatever else affects that particular economic situations, may not allow people to buy what they want to buy. So there are other ways of buying, such as buy to let. So you can actually put together, and I'm doing more and more of these now as a lawyer, where you've got a buyer who doesn't have the full market value to pay now, and you've got a seller who is desperate because he's got a mortgage or he wants to get rid of it, whatever. So what happens is that you put the two together, you create a lease, which is usually the duration of the balance outstanding of the mortgage, let's say 15 years, and what happens is that the buyer pays the vendor the monthly amount, which is the amount to pay the mortgage off. There is an agreement which sets out the terms of how the two interact together. So basically you are renting your property, and if you stop, then you lose all the money you've paid, and the guy who owns the property can take possession back of the property. If you get to the end of it, you then conclude the deal by going in front of the notary in Italy in this case. You own the property, after that, and you pay the mortgage off and it's yours and whatever else. So there are various things that are happening. The market, people are inventing markets, and in fact in many cases they're inventing the market in England and then it's being transferred abroad, that is rent to buy scheme, to facilitate markets, and that is helping the market to move, because otherwise your property may stay on the market.
Static.
It could be static for a couple of years.
So would a developer, for instance, be able to borrow against somebody who had signed up on a let to buy system then?
And secure it on what? On the property that's taking in part exchange then?
Well, no, just taking it on the main property, I suppose.
I don't think so. I wouldn't have thought so.
Okay. And the other thing is just relating, you're saying that it's often created in the UK and taken out to Italy. So the sales agents that typically work here that would take you out to Italy to sell you something,
yes.
Are they regulated too?
No. The people who work in the United Kingdom selling Italian property are not regulated because they're selling Italian property out of the United Kingdom, out of Italy. But the majority of people who sell, unless they're private, of course a private person can sell his own home without having a license. But if you go into business, then the majority of people who are agents and based in the United Kingdom or out of Italy, wherever they are, and selling Italian property, are linked in some way, shape or form, if they're intelligent, to an Italian estate agent who is in the place where they are selling, and they are regulated. So they will fall under the umbrella of that regulated Italian estate agent in Umbria, Lazio, Abruzzo, Tuscany, wherever it may be. Milan for your purposes, absolutely. Yes. But beware, and a note of caution, to the English person who wants to go abroad because he's sold up in England and become an estate agent in Italy and start selling properties. If he or she starts acting as an estate agent in Italy and is not under the umbrella of an Italian regulated estate agent, you are committing a criminal offence, subject to a big fine and imprisonment.
Okay.
Crikey.
You can be a property finder and not be regulated, a property finder, but you cannot be an estate agent.
All right, but there we are. I think that's all we have time for today. So I'm going to say big thank you to Stefano Lucatello.
Pleasure,
John.
Stephen.
I'm Stephen Galvin. Join us again next time on Property Question Time.